Alright guys, welcome back with me with another YouTube video. So today I'll talking about One Piece chapter 1017. So, make sure to stay tuned for that. If you do enjoy seeing this anime reviews and want to keep them coming, the best thing you can do is smash that like button, and if you haven't, be sure to subscribe, and this is crucial, hit that notification bell or you will miss future anime videos. One Piece chapter 1017 has been published, and here are some interesting facts about One Piece chapter 1017. At the beginning of chapter One Piece 1017, it can be seen how Kaido's stronghold is in a state of considerable confusion, because apart from Bao Huang previously giving information about the two fallen Tobiropo, they were also surprised by the voice of a small child who spoke and could be heard by everyone. Jinbei still seems to be fighting the Who's Who. However, Jinbei's condition seems less in favor of him. That's because Jinbei is being surrounded by Who's Who and his subordinates. Even so, Jinbei's strength as a former 7 warlords deserves thumbs up because he still looks able to survive. Not only is Jinbei surrounded by the enemy, but Franky is also being surrounded by Sasaki and his men. Even Inuarashi, who had previously been seriously injured against Kaido, had to fight with many enemies, now led by Jack. Otama has indeed given Dango to many gifters, and this time she gave orders to help fight Kaido. What Otama is trying seems to be not in vain. That's because she had to try to catch up to Onigashima and also take out a lot of Dango to drain her stamina. Luffy was previously plunged into the ocean, and this time he was saved. The Heart Pirate Group was indeed the group that saved Luffy. That was because a part of this group was on board the ship and caught up with Onigashima, who was being thrown in. The order that Otama gave really made the gifters who ate the Kibi Dango respond by attacking back against Kaido. By siding with Gifter on Momonosuke, it will certainly be very helpful, especially before the waiters and Pressure had already participated in the rebellion. What the gifters did certainly made many people very surprised. Those who previously dominated the war with their large numbers looked confused to see the gifters attack Kaido's stronghold. And this is certainly a breath of fresh air for those who are quite bothered by being beaten up against Kaido's subordinates. Onigashima's current chaotic situation seems to have made Queen realize that the culprit is Otama. That's why he seems to be trying to attack. Actually, Ulti was already aware of Otama's presence, but unfortunately she had to fall first. Before joining Kaido, Queen seems to have a relationship with Vinsmoke Judge, who is Sanji's father. Judge himself is actually a person who has high intelligence. He even became one of the people who had worked with Vegapunk. As one of the All-Stars and also an ancient Zone Devil Fruit Eater, of course Queen's hybrid mode is the one to look forward to. And One Piece 1017 is the first chapter to show Queen's hybrid mode. As a ship's doctor, Chopper must of course have great knowledge of medical science and also make medicine. In One Piece 1017 this time he seems to have succeeded in making an elixir that is able to relieve pain but has very large side effects. Zoro was indeed seriously injured from the previous fight he had, and even though Chopper managed to make a medicine that allowed him to fight again, Zoro seemed to want to fight immediately, even though Chopper's drug effects were able to cause double pain. Who's Who is known to be a character who carries a sword on his waist, but it turns out that the sword that Who's Who has is not a big sword. That's because in this One Piece 1017 it is shown that the Who's Who sword is actually very small. Rokushiki is an ability identical to that of a CP9 agent, and because he is a former CP9 agent, Who's Who are known to be able to use this technique. Interestingly, Who's Who also uses this technique as a variation of attacks when using his sword. Who's Who is known to be one of the people who used to be CP9 agents. CP9 itself is a group that has faced and was defeated by the Straw Hat Pirates, where at that time the Straw Hat Pirates fought to save Robin. Hybrid mode is a mode that is identical to Zone Devil Fruit users, and in One Piece 1017 it became a momentum where Who's Who showed the Saber-Tooth Tiger's ancient Zone hybrid mode to be able to defeat Jinbei. The previous CP9 agent, Rob Lucci, could indeed be considered a rival by Jabra, but in fact the Who's Who also considered Lucci as a rival. Interestingly, both of them are also cat fruit type devil fruit eaters. Who's Who is known to be fired from CP9 members and imprisoned for failing to carry out a mission. The mission is a mission to escort the devil fruit sent to the world government. Interestingly, the devil fruit that made Who's Who fail is the devil fruit that Luffy has. The interesting point of the One Piece manga is the Gum Gum fruit, which Who's failed to control, causing him to be removed from his position as a CP9 agent and sentenced to prison. Who stole this devil fruit? And if you look back, the person who first introduced this devil fruit was the Red Hair Pirate. Did the Red Hair Pirate steal it from the world government? Or did the Red Hair Pirate steal it from the one who stole from the world government? It's still a mystery. What he heard directly from Who certainly surprised Jinbei. Jinbei does believe Luffy will become a pirate king, and by seeing how Luffy is, the nature or story that Luffy is living. Of course, this Who's story made Jinbei quite surprised because it was related to big things.
でどうする？
ゴムゴムのピストル